Whispers of Enlightenment, a collection of wisdom tales. Welcome to a journey through timeless wisdom. In this video, we delve into the profound teachings of Buddhism, a path of enlightenment that has guided millions throughout the ages. We bring you 5 captivating stories, each a mirror reflecting aspects of our own lives, helping us navigate the complexities of the modern world with a calm and centered mind. Sit back, relax, and let the wisdom of these stories enlighten your mind and soul. 1. Crossing the river. Once, an elderly monk and his young disciple were journeying to collect scriptures. Along the way, they came across a swiftly flowing river. At the riverbank, a beautiful young woman, looking anxious because the nearest bridge had collapsed, wished to cross but dared not enter the turbulent waters. Without hesitation, the elder monk carried the woman across the river, set her down on the other side, and continued his journey with his disciple. The young monk, troubled by this, and knowing that monks are not allowed to touch women, felt uncomfortable, thinking his master had violated a monastic rule, but he dared not ask about it. As they walked, the young monk's unease grew until he finally blurted out, "Master, you have broken the monastic rule. How could you carry a woman across the river?" The elder monk, upon hearing the disciple's concern, laughed and said, "I put her down a long time ago. Why are you still carrying her?" This story teaches us that sometimes we carry the burdens of the past, along with feelings of irritation, guilt, and anger, often making these burdens heavier than necessary. By accepting that these intense emotions are not the entirety of our present lives and learning to let go, we can reduce the pressure on ourselves and those around us. 2. Pouring tea. A professor from a renowned university, seeking an audience with a Zen master and having heard of the master's wisdom and noble virtues, proudly boasted of all his titles and degrees earned through years of hard study and work. He then expressed his desire to understand all of the Zen master's wisdom. Instead of providing an answer, the Zen master invited him to sit and began preparing tea. He poured tea into the professor's cup and continued pouring even when the cup was full. The professor watched the tea overflow onto the table until he could no longer hold back and exclaimed, "The cup is overflowing. No more will fit." At this point, the Zen master calmly placed the teapot down and said, "Like this cup, you are full of your own opinions and prejudices. How can I show you Zen unless you first empty your cup?" This story teaches us that with a mind full of biases and preconceived notions, we cannot learn or absorb new knowledge and sublime philosophies of life. Displaying humility and letting go of ego is akin to emptying the cups of our souls. 3. On the other side. One day, a young Buddhist practitioner on his way home reached the bank of a wide river. Staring hopelessly at the vast obstacle before him, he pondered for hours on how to cross such a wide river. Just as he was about to give up on the idea of crossing the river to get home, he noticed an old monk on the other side. He shouted, "Can you show me how to get to the other side of this river?" The old monk looked around for a moment and shouted back, "My son, you are already on the other side." This story teaches us that in life, prejudices, attachments, projections, and fabrications often cloud and weave through our lives. Obstacles and suffering are the products of your own clinging mind, not caused by anyone else. All dualistic distinctions do not have inherent nature, but are merely creations or projections of your mind. This means that this world is made from your mind, and it is an illusory world. 4. The gift. One day, while the Buddha was teaching his disciples under a large tree, a Brahmin ascetic approached him with insults and the intention to attack. However, with the wisdom of an enlightened one, the Buddha responded to the aggression with complete silence. Surprised by the Buddha's behavior, the Brahmin asked why he remained silent while being verbally abused. The Buddha calmly replied, If I offer you a gift and you refuse to accept it, to whom does the gift belong?" The man answered, "It belongs to you." The Buddha nodded and explained, "Similarly, when you insult me and I do not accept it, the insult remains with you." This story teaches us that although some people may choose to waste their time and energy hurling insults at us, we have the choice to decide whether to accept them. It's like choosing whether to accept a gift or return it to the giver. If you accept it, you keep the gift. If not, the person who insults you is simply left alone with their negative behavior. 5. Sweeping the garden leaves. A young monk was responsible for sweeping fallen leaves in the pagoda, which took a lot of time each day. Someone told him, "Before you sweep, shake the tree to make all the leaves fall, then sweep, so you won't have to sweep tomorrow." The young monk thought this made sense and happily followed the advice. However, the next day, the pagoda courtyard was still full of fallen leaves. This story teaches us that no matter how hard you try today, leaves will still fall tomorrow. Hastiness does not bring success. Doing well what needs to be done today means being responsible for your own life. Life is a continuous process, and focusing on the present task is the key to fulfilling your responsibilities effectively and mindfully. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel, Time's Whisper. Your engagement fuels our journey. Wishing you good health and happiness every day.